that's what I get more of, is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I choose love, love, love. Love, love, love. I choose it, love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I choose peace, 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 peace. Peace, 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 peace. I feel it, peace, 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 peace. I choose peace, 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 peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I choose joy, joy, joy. I feel it, joy, joy, joy. Every day it's joy, joy, joy. I'm choosing joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love.
Good morning, everyone. We are delighted to join you today at this awesome service where we are all here by divine appointment. Thank you, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, for bringing us all together to celebrate the Christ in all of us, to celebrate our divinity, our innocence, to remind ourselves and each other that we are perfect, holy children of God. We know that things are happening exactly the way they're supposed to, and we are all co-creating. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, and so it is. Amen. And now a word from our sponsor.
We're going to state our mission and vision statement. I got it, sorry. I just went to a movie called The Great Awakening, and he was able to project his voice to 17,000 to 30,000 people without a microphone. So I kind of felt overconfident, sorry. Okay, our mission statement. Through prayer, education, and service, we bring to action the one and only power of God. and our vision, centered in love, we joyfully celebrate a world united in divine truth. Okay, so we start with announcements, and the first announcement is about our wonderful guest speaker and assistant today, Armand and Angelina. Armand is an award-winning songwriter and inspirational speaker whose enthusiastic presence inspired us all to love life passionately. Angelina's angelic and heart-opening voice draws from many languages. She was classically trained at Indiana University and was formerly with Epcot Center. They are international performers using songs, stories, and humor to remind us now to open our hearts and remember that we are meant to experience heaven on earth. And continuing with announcements, we were reminded that there are many name tags on the wall, and many people who are not wearing them, sorry, including me, but just check out the wall, and if you don't have your name tag, just take it so that everybody can remember your name and get acquainted and say hi in person. Also, we need people to step up and be platform assistants and chaplains. We are really not enough of us of doing it. And so fortunately, Linda volunteered to be our chaplain today, but there are only 3 of us on staff, and only I was here today, so I can't be bilocationally. You know, I can't do that yet. Not yet. So anyway, thank you, Linda. The other announcements. Tomorrow, Monday, 4/20 at 4:30 to 6:30, a Muji game night. Wednesday, 4:15, 12 p.m. Wait, that's not tomorrow. That was last week. But I guess every Wednesday, is it? Yes? Okay. So this Wednesday, the meditation in the chapel from 12 to 1, and every Wednesday from then on. Every Friday is Fillmore Fridays, 11 to 12 in the chapel, and 6 to 7 in the youth room. Very insightful. I attend those. It's really, really well presented, interactive, and in-depth. Saturday, April 25th, from 8:30 to 10, Campus Care and Garden Club, and 10:30, Quantum Oneness. And now, I want to share with you my last week's experience/anecdote that has a lesson at the end. I visited several different local stores to buy a massage chair, and I would try out the massage chairs as I went into these rooms, you know, these big rooms. And the last one I went into was Recreational Warehouse. And the man showed me one that I liked very much. And he just, you know, he pointed to it and he said, "This is really a good one and a popular one. Just hop right in." Hop right in. They look like a space machine, you know. So he didn't, I guess he didn't realize that I was an old lady. So he didn't, he didn't offer me a hand or anything, but okay. I hopped right in, got in. He said, "Now all I do is press this button and it just takes over." Easy enough, right? So I get into the machine, he pressed the button, and then walked away. And so I was sitting there. It clamps your arms very, very tightly, clamps your legs. It goes back into zero gravity, so you're lying back. And there I was. Well, I was in this position, and the roller was going up and down my spine and then beating on my backside. I mean, it was quite the experience. And after 10 minutes, I got a little alarmed because no one was around. No one. And I said, oh my goodness, I've been deserted. I'm stuck in this machine. I don't know how to stop it. I can't get out. What to do? Help! I yell out. I'm in distress. There's an old lady in distress. Please come and help. So about 2 minutes later, the man shows up. And he says, can I help you? I said, please stop this thing. Please get me out. And so he did. He pressed another button, and it went back down, and I was out. So I did realize, well, one thing is you have to know how to stop the machine. And two, always realize that somebody needs to be around. So when I did do some research, and I did order a massage chair, and it was delivered, and it was unpacked, I was afraid to get into it because I was alone in the house. And if I got stuck, there would be no one to hear my cries for help. So I didn't get in the first day. The next day, I did get into the massage chair, but with the help of my grandson, I had called him, and I said, Antonino, I really need you to come and program. You really have to program these things and know all the different modules. And anyway, there is a lesson to this. The lesson is, first of all, you all look better than old. You don't look old and needy. So if you go into a store of any kind, or if you're in any position that you may need assistance, just don't be afraid to cry out for help very loudly, ask for help whenever and wherever you need it in whatever circumstance. That's my lesson anyway. That's what I'm going to do. So if you hear me yelling loudly for help, just come to my assistance, please. Okay. We're going to have Linda come up for the prayer.
Linda comes up. We forgot to do our welcome song, so we want to do our welcome song and then have you welcome each other the way y'all do on Sunday mornings. Okay.
Oh, and then we'll have Linda come up.
And then we'll have Linda come up. Thank you for stepping in today, Linda. All right,
Okay.
so the words are pretty easy. I don't know if y'all make eye contact or bow or greet each other, whatever you do, but please do it. The words are easy. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore now that you're here. Now you're family.
Okay, so everybody can get up and mill around and hug or bump or wave or whatever you want to do.
Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore. Now you're family. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore. Now you're family. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore. Now you're family. You're not a stranger anymore. Now you're family. You're not a stranger anymore. Now please find your seats. No, I got something.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you're about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Okay, then. Linda, it's your turn. Okay. Do you want me to bring it down? Whichever. Oh. Okay, now you just say.
Good morning. Okay, I'm privileged to do this. This is one of my most favorite things. Oh dear. Most gracious and heavenly Father, thank you so much for us all being here. I'm so grateful that we're able to put our prayers out and share with one another and pray with each other. You know our heart. You know what we need, our needs, our desires. And you're always there to grant them as long as I go in that quiet place and listen. You always answer. Thank you. So it is. Amen.
Amen.
Take this over.
Okay, thank you. And Linda will be in the prayer room after service for anyone who needs prayers. Okay, so the prayer box affirmation. All is well, for it is on earth as it is in the kingdom of heaven. And the oneness affirmation. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. And the daily word for today is friendly. I greet others with a friendly and open heart. The Bible contains many stories that encourage hospitality towards strangers. For instance, Jesus welcomed everyone to his ministry, from the hungry and the sick to strangers and social outcasts. He loved unconditionally. That same loving energy is within me. When I greet others with a friendly smile, I not only am sharing one of the great lessons of Jesus, I am expanding my world and giving myself the chance to learn and grow. If I feel hesitant meeting new people, I remember how it felt to be welcomed by friendly people when I was new to a school, job, church, or town. I was grateful for those people who extended themselves in friendship to me. These memories inspire me to be friendly now. And from Matthew 25, verse 35, I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. And now we'll have special music from Armand and Angelina.
And we're going to go from the special music right into our meditation today, which we'll be doing before the lesson. The chant that we're going to sing into meditation is peace in every moment. Very simply, if you'd like to join us, peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. And we breathe that peace into our meditation time. As we quiet the mind, relax the body, and become more aware of the still small voice of God, reminding us that all is well. As it is in heaven, it is on earth. The divine order of the universe. As we breathe in awareness. As we breathe out, we can let go of all that no longer serves us. Breathing in the peace of God, breathing in the joy and the love of God, and breathing out and sharing that love with the world. Allow the music now to take you on your very own sacred journey into the oneness of all that is. Melt into the silence. very gently now, begin to bring your attention to this holy now moment, this sacred sanctuary, where we come to remember the truth of who we are and to remind each other that all is well. Thank you, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, and so it is. Amen. All is well. All is well. God is balanced. All is well. There's perfection everywhere. All is well. And we can recite the Lord's Prayer together. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. So we're going to start with a joy song that kind of leads right into the idea that there's no such thing as rejection. And here's a great way to remember that there's no such thing as rejection. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Yes. So that's kind of like what feels like rejection. You just haven't seen where you've been redirected. Okay. Let's sing it. Everything will be okay in the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. We're gonna sha-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la. Every happy song needs some sha-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day, a brand new day. A sunny Fort Myers day. Woo! Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Let's sha-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Okay, here comes the tricky part. Even when it all just seems to go your way, don't get attached, it's gonna change. Even when it all just seems to go your way, no matter how many times you saw The Secret, it's still gonna change. That's okay, we know everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. If you don't like the weather, wait an hour. It's not the end. It's not the end. You can't believe all they talk about on the news are politics? It's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. But it's the end of the song.
All right. Well, our message today, the title of our message is There is No Such Thing as Rejection. And so we'll talk about how we can move to the other side of feeling disappointment or that we didn't do it right or something was wrong. So
Exactly, you know, because you're eventually going to find out exactly why things happen the way they happened for you. We may as well go ahead and get into that vibration and start to trust it and look for it right off the bat. I remember that I'm supposed to check in with Angelina before I book any crazy kind of gigs where we're going to be gone too long. And the other day I got a call for Friday. And I knew we were coming here on Saturday, and I knew we were going to come here on Sunday, but I got a gig opportunity on Friday to go to a retreat and perform, and it was in Lake City. And so I didn't think about it logistically. I just went, let's go do that on Friday, and then we'll drive to Fort Myers afterwards, and we'll be there a night early. It'll be perfect. And then when I told her all about it, that I scheduled it, she goes, wait a second. We're going to leave at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. You've got us leaving at 10 a.m. on Friday morning, a whole extra day where I'm not going to be at home with my cat. And, you know, we're on the road 220 days a year already, so her time at home
Valuable.
is precious. And she says, and then I said, but it's kind of on the way. She goes, no, it's not. It's 3 hours the other way.
Right.
And I went, oops, I messed up. And I said, I'm sorry. I'll be more aware of it. I messed up. I was supposed to check with you and set this thing up. But we are committed, and let's start looking for why we were supposed to be here. I'm not going to say I did the right thing. I'm just going to say the universe supported me doing the wrong thing. So let's see. And that's true about all of us. It won't happen without some kind of universal support, even if it's going to give you a lot of negative consequences. That's the lesson. So we're driving, and there's traffic, and we're getting out, and she had to get ready a day early, and we're like, haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen it yet, universe. And then we end up at this rest area, and I may have told this story at the concert last night, so you might have to hear it again, but it was powerful. Angelina opens her door right as the person getting out of their car was on their way up to the rest area and almost ran into the door. And of course, it was very easy. Nobody got hurt. She apologized. It was all cool. But then when I ran around the car, I said, you were there first. It's a rule. You should have been able to go through. And he smiled, and she came out front, and he goes, are y'all performers? Because we were on our way to our gig. And yeah, we kind of are performers. Well, he goes, well, what do you do? What do you do? And I said, well, we sing positive music at spiritual centers. He goes, huh. I said, they're not really religious centers. They're spiritual centers, like Unity. He goes, that's what I do. I went, really? He goes, yeah, I play music at a lot of Unity churches. I was at Unity of Naples about a month ago, and I'm heading up to Asheville. And I go, well, we're at Unity of Fort Myers tomorrow. And we sat in the parking lot of the rest area and talked for about 15 minutes about what we do. And now we're connected on Facebook. We have about 60 mutual friends. I never met this guy. But what are the odds? Right. And as we were talking last night, God goes, don't worry about odds. I am God. So, that was it. And then, of course, we went to the retreat, and within a few minutes of being in that world and going through meditation and getting a chance to teach a class and being around
Right.
other people that we feel are part of our tribe, Angelina
We definitely
was like,
felt we should be there and needed to be there. It was such a, even from a start of a retreat, opened everyone's heart, and the exercises that they did. And we're like, okay, I'm glad we're here. I'm very grateful that we did this.
and I'm always reminded that doesn't mean that what I did without checking with you first was the right thing to do, but it all worked out. But we all have tons and tons and tons of those examples. When I was hearing some of the daily word and things like that, I started thinking about this idea: if everything's in divine order, if as above, as below, and all that, like there's just one giant space called God, and we're all part of it. It reminds me of prayers. I heard a minister one time say, God never rejects your prayers. You just get one of three answers, one of three affirmative answers to your prayers. The first one is yes. That's a great one. Whenever you get a yes, isn't yes like that's the best? Yeah. The other one is not right now. Anybody ever got a not right now? That's just called divine timing. No, not divine timing. My timing. I want my timing. Let's go with divine timing. Our timing can be excellent, but divine timing can be superior to all of it. Yes, I agree. Divine timing, And so the third one, if you don't get a yes or a not right now, the third one is, I have something better. Who's had that happen? You didn't get what you wanted, you got something better. You thought this is the perfect thing, it didn't happen. Oh, it was perfect, it didn't happen, and then something better. No such thing as rejection. Angelina and I both, we had a prayer. Hers was probably somewhere around 1994. Mine was in 1997. Our prayer was, this is our first marriage. Please, God, let it work. And God said, I have something better. And both of those marriages fell apart.
Yeah.
So we could find each other.
Great.
So we could find each other. But at the time, we made a sincere prayer. It was a sincere prayer. We both wanted those marriages to last, and God had a different plan, and great for everybody. And so there's so many fabulous examples.
Well, we
that
love
you
the
all
tools like divine order, this too shall pass, no such thing as rejection. And so like for me, because I'm a perfectionist and a control freak, these tools really help me in moments where I don't feel so in control, or it's not just perfect because, it's divine order that it's not going this way, that it should be going, it's going to be going somewhere else. And those tools really help me.
They bring you back to center, because
Yes.
that way when things are uncomfortable, you tell your inner child everything's going to be okay, like it always has. You kind of get yourself prepared in advance for those answers. I remember 2 years ago when we were in Michigan, and Angelina has these little angel wings that she wears, and sometimes when we'll sing the song Hallelujah, she'll bring these angel's wings out and add some drama to the music. And we left them at a church, I think it was in Grand Rapids, and we were up in Detroit, and we were heading south, and we found out that they were there. And then we went and got them. But because it was so far out of the way, I said, well, since we're going this way, we're going to go down via St. Louis, and we have a dear friend in St. Louis that we haven't seen in a while, this Center for Spiritual Living.
Who was having some health issues. So
Having
it was like so perfect that we were redirected to go down that highway to get to St. Louis instead of the normal thing that we thought we were going to be doing.
And it's kind of like if you misplace your keys, you're going to find them, but doesn't it work better if you start looking in advance? You don't wait until they just show up, you start looking. It makes it more fun for us to start looking for these divine reasons things didn't work out the way we thought they should work out. And there's just oodles of those kinds of situations.
Right. So I was working at Epcot Center, and after 9/11, they cut a lot of entertainment because they were making cuts on things that weren't a have to when you go to Disney. So I was let go, and for me, it was such a blessing because it gave the opportunity for me to do this full-time with Armand. So I could either look like, oh my gosh, I lost my job and I love my singing job there, or wow, now I can do this full time with you and not be stressed of trying to maneuver working here and traveling and all. And so it was really quite a blessing.
So you chose me over a mouse.
I did. Yes, I did.
Good. I may have told this story in the past, but during we did what a lot of people did during the Great Pause. When money was less, we spent more. Like we built an addition. And I found out a lot of people did stuff like that because they had free time because they might have been laid off of work like we were for 15 months. And so we built this addition. And right before they sealed the roof of the addition to the old roof, the night before, there was a huge downpour. And about 100 gallons of water came into our house.
Right. So Armand was taking a rest, and I'm hearing this dripping in the new room. I'm like, wow, that's a little weird. So I went in, and it was dripping on the floor, on the new carpet. And then all of a sudden, it's more and more. I'm like, I got to go wake Armand up because I can't do this by myself.
Yep.
And so
she had at one point I came down, she has like a bucket in one hand. She's trying to push this thing over here. She was like the Chinese acrobats, doing this to try to get all the drifts. Anyway, we dealt with it. The first thing I did was I said, if this is being streamed, all of your things are going to go off right now. Alexa, play OK in the End by Armand and Angelina. I knew that song would remind me that it's going to all work out. So that started happening.
right, and we're sopping up the water.
And I told Angelina, I says, we always know how to make lemonade out of lemons. That's one of the great things about our relationship. So make some lemonades out of these lemons. Let's have fun. Let's get things going.
I said, I don't have any lemons. I have limes, and we could make margaritas. That would help, right?
So she made margaritas out of limes,
right.
And so we're doing the margaritas, and we're bringing out the shop vac, and we're vacuuming up water. We're putting towels down. We're putting them in. I learned how to do the spin cycle quick, and then the dry cycle. And after about maybe 4 to 8 hours, the rain stopped pretty quickly, but it kept coming in. After about that, everything was good. The carpets were all pulled back. Everything was set, and we're like, whew. And it was about 8 hours. I remember by the time we got everything worked, we put fans on them. And I didn't exactly feel why that had happened. I didn't feel that there was necessarily anything good out of that happening, other than it reminded us that things are always going to work out. Everything's happened. We didn't drown. They came over the very next day. They sealed it all up.
Right.
But then I called the insurance agency. And I told them, I said, what's going on here? I need y'all to come out and see. We had a flood last night, blah, blah. I want to see what my coverage is. And they assessed the situation, and a couple of areas of the carpet had gotten a little discolored, but that didn't really matter to me. And any of the wood furniture that we had moved that night, before we had moved it, had got a little water damage at the bottom of it. But none of that bothered me either. The only thing that we really needed to replace was about $500 worth of drywall. So they went, okay, yeah, you're going to get a check for $5,000. I said, why? I said, all this stuff is usable because your policy has replacement value. You have to give you your replacement value on anything that was damaged as a result of this kind of stuff. And like that carpet there, that is one piece of carpet. You are getting replacement value for your entire carpet. Well, we didn't replace the carpet. We didn't replace any of that kind of stuff. We did that other thing, which was $500, and we had $4,500 left over, which is what we needed to finish up the addition.
Right, because the addition was way more than they originally said because of COVID, and they ran out of supplies, and then when the supplies came in, they were more expensive. So we're like, oh, we didn't realize it was going to be this much. And so the insurance check covered a bit of that.
So sometimes I wonder, but I don't care, if maybe I'm making up that this is working out for my benefit, or it really is. But the feeling is the same, And some great speaker, I don't know who it was, Einstein or somebody like that, said, you can live your life as if everything is conspiring against you, or you can live your life as if it's all conspiring on your behalf. If you do the latter, you will enjoy your life way more. And I really do believe that we can summon in more of what we're focused on by doing that. So,
now, we always have to do the disclaimer.
Disclaimer. And now a word from our lawyer.
We do divine order, and we know all this, and we keep things positive, but it's really important to feel those emotions when you're not happy. Be angry, be sad, release that energy, because if we don't, then it gets stuck in us and we don't get the joy that we're all looking for. So it's okay. You know, if you have to scream for a minute, scream. If that's going to release that. It's really important to have all the emotions show.
And I like to look at it this way. Your inner child, your inner emotional self, doesn't understand a lot of this spirituality sometimes. They only understand what they're feeling in the moment. They really live in the now because they're feeling that thing. Well, they also can bring up the past and bring that into the now. That's not good. But anyway, those little inner children and inner emotions, they need you to let them know that they're heard. I know you're worried about this. I know you're worried, where's the money going to come to finish this edition? And I know there's water all over the house. And you talk to them and let them, maybe they need to vent. Maybe they need to cry. Maybe they need to scream. They need to be angry. And you honor them, and then you carry them with you into the truth of God. And then you've got happy inner children not constantly feeling like they're not heard. Did anybody see the movie Inside Out? We've seen it many times. To me, it's the most powerful Disney movie ever. But basically, what they found out was that the young lady was kind of a bliss bunny. She only liked joy. All the other emotions she doesn't want to deal with, those weren't fun. Anybody ever done that? Who's been one? Come on. We've all done that. And that's okay. But what she found out was if you do that too much, then those other emotions that are valuable, that have lessons to give you, don't get heard, and you don't get those lessons. And so her world started getting more and more challenging because she wasn't fully expressing those parts. And I highly recommend the movie, but if you watch the movie, you find out that but by owning all of that, she became more in joy. Because she wasn't in joy out of denial, she was in joy out of fully embracing all of herself and moving beyond it.
We feel the movie is more for us adults to learn this and know what that is than for the little kids.
Yeah, but there were lots of pretty colors.
There are a lot of colors and great things, but the big message was really
Disney
good for
knows
me.
that the kids and their parents and grandparents are going to be watching, so they got those subliminal messages in. Okay, all right. So one of the things I don't like is when a performer or speaker uses the pulpit to self-promote. It just bugs me. I'd like to read something from my book. Everything will be okay as soon as you're okay with everything. And that's the only time everything will be okay. Michael Singer. And when he says you have to be okay with everything, it doesn't mean you believe everything is okay that's happening that doesn't need to change. You can fix something and still be okay that it's happening the way it's happening right now while you move to change it. Faith, F-A-I-T-H, has been said to stand for feeling all right in the heart. F-A-I-T-H. Feeling all right in the heart does not mean we always understand everything. It just means that when we're confused, we trust. Being confused is okay, but thinking that there is something wrong with us for being confused is the problem. As Byron Katie says, how do I know it happened the way it was meant to happen? Because it happened. That's how you know it was happened the way it was meant to happen. And I like Wayne Dyer's paradox. I really love this paradox. Everything is happening perfectly, including your desire to change it. Because, right, things can be happening perfectly at the moment, but we are inspired to evolve and make changes to make it better. And that's kind of getting in touch with, yes, I'm okay with this holy now moment, but I'm feeling an inspiration to do something that will make things even better. So we were up in New Jersey many, many years ago. It was our first New Jersey tour. And my friend that we were with, you may remember her. Her name is Spring. I think she used to sing here, and she has gone home to God. And Spring was taking us to an Italian restaurant. And she said, I'm taking your Armand. I know you're Italian. I said, well, I'm actually Cajun and Italian. Do they have crawfish Parmesan? Nobody has that, but I just keep praying I'm going to find a Cajun Italian restaurant one day that's crawfish Parmesan. Anyway, she said, no, but they got the best eggplant Parmesan I've ever had. I said, we got to go. They were closed on the day we went. I went, oh my goodness, I was so excited. And she says, well, Armand, there's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. And I went, well, number one, I love that. I'm putting that in my Unity toolbox. Along with everything's in divine order, this too shall pass, everything will be okay in the end, because you need different ones for different things. And I said, but that's the perfect thing whenever you feel any kind of disappointment, that things didn't go the way you wanted. When she said that, there's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. I said, that is the antivirus for the virus of disappointment. I said, well, not only is it a great quote, but it rhymes. You cannot give a singer-songwriter a great quote that rhymes. So I went, there's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. And then I heard my inner pirate go, na, 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 na. And I went, I've just written a pirate song. Are you ready to sing a pirate song with me? All right, first I have to ask you this question. How much does it cost for a pirate to get their ears pierced? About a buccaneer. Arr. Arr. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Oi! Na 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 na. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Na 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 na. On the day that I was born and slapped upon my cheeks, you think that I would ascertain the world as rather bleak. But I heard a voice of wisdom in my ear would ring. Don't think the world is against you, 'cause there's no such thing. The world is never against you, no, there's no such thing. Your turn. Na, 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 na. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Na, 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 na. At an early age, I knew true love would be my quest. Though many trials and tribulations put me to the test, there were a dozen lovely maidens, much heartache they would bring. I thought the world was against me, but there's no such thing. I thought the world was against me, no, there's no such thing. Your turn. Na, 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 na. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Na, 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 na. My renaissance into my middle ages, becoming fully realized. I trust my inner sages. My quest is done, I found my bride. This holy grail I bring. The world was never against me. There's no such thing. The world is never against us, 'cause there's no such thing. Together. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na.
So
They
now,
picked the perfect platform assistant for us when we were here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So lovely. Really beautiful music and a wonderful energy. So now it's time for two more announcements, and then the ushers will come up. The first announcement I wanted to share, we have a celebrity sculpture in our midst, and that is Carl Miller. Carl, stand up, and his lovely wife, Susan, who is a reverend. And Carl did the sculpture of the doves in our chapel. That was about 20 years ago, and here he is visiting us today. We're so honored. Thank you, Carl and Susan. And yes.
Carl wrote me on Facebook this morning. He says, "I'll see you soon." And I went, "We don't have any schedule to see them today." And then there they are.
Here they are. And then the other announcement is Armand and Angelina want everyone to have their music, so they offer their CDs and book on a suggested exchange basis, which are located in the back. Please take what you desire, give from your heart, and feel free to tithe in the future if you don't have it now. And now it's time for the ushers to come up. And let's put the blessing of the offerings on the board. Oh, and there's many ways. The many ways to donate are on the board there. Cash, checks, navigation on the internet. Okay, what's the blessing? Here we go. Together, we bless these gifts with divine purpose and power to do what is true and good in the world. Okay.
I am grateful, oh, so grateful for the blessings in my life. I am grateful, oh, so grateful for the blessings in my life. I am grateful, oh, so grateful for the blessings in my life. I am grateful, oh, so grateful for the blessings in my life. Thank you, Spirit, oh great Spirit, omnipresent in all things. I am grateful, oh so grateful for the blessings in my life. I am grateful, so grateful. You are a blessing in
Big Disney ending.
my
Why? Because we love you.
life.
Thank you so much.
I just remembered one more announcement. At 11:30-ish, we will be teaching Native American flute in the chapel for anyone that wants to learn. We will provide you a practice flute to play on, and we will do that from 11:30-ish to 12:30-ish. And there's refreshments over there. Did I mention that before you were getting ready to mention it?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No,
Okay.
I'm so glad you did. And so should they go over and then come back for coffee or anything? Or?
I think it's going to be over there in the chapel.
Oh, it's in the
by the
chapel. Okay.
coffee. So we're going to
Okay.
be. We're coming to you.
Perfect, perfect. You're all invited. And now we bring up the children with their song. Music,
You
please.
are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. You are walking in the light,
in the light of God. In the light, in the light, in the light, in the light.
in the light, in the light. Sang a different key.
Good morning. I'm Kathy, and I have Morgan, Jackson, Luna, and Raquel. Almost. But remember, there's no such thing as rejection. See, I worked that in. Boy, they really loved this lesson today, the kids. They really talked a lot about rejection with me. So we talked about how you can shift your thoughts from being a victim of what's going on in your circumstances to being a co-creator with the divine. When a door closes, it isn't a wall, it's a signpost pointing towards a better neighborhood. And then Morgan was saying no a lot, so we told her, stop viewing no as a personal attack. We realized it's actually divine protection. Every closed door is actually Spirit's way of keeping us from walking into a room where we don't belong, so we can find the one where we are truly celebrated. And then we also talked when we realize there's no such thing as rejection, we stop seeing ourselves as unwanted and start seeing ourselves as rerouted. In unity, we know that if something, a sport, a job, a relationship, or a goal doesn't work out, it's because we didn't match the highest version of our soul's plan. And then they really like this one. We often treat divine God as like a celestial waiter. We order the salmon of success, and when the kitchen says they're out, we throw a fit. And they say the same thing when they don't get nuggets or mac and cheese sometimes. So I tell them, meanwhile, the Spirit is trying to tell us, look, the salmon is questionable today, but the chef's special is life-changing, and it's on the house. And then I told them a story, and they enjoyed the story because I told them they were going to meet them today. It's a story of Armand and Angelina's broken guitar string. Imagine the musical duo, Armand and Angelina, are about to start a big concert. Suddenly, Armand breaks a guitar string. He could feel rejected by his instrument and get sad, but instead, they decide to trust the moment. While Armand fixes the string, Angelina tells a funny story and starts a giant sing-along with everyone in the audience. Everyone starts laughing and dancing. If the string hadn't broken, they would never have had that special, silly moment together. Spirit used a mistake to create a bigger smile. Wow. And I told them they were going to meet them today, and they're like, wow, we really like this, and they were doing the whole pirate thing. But they also shared stories with me. Does anybody want to share their story about the time?
One time my parents wanted me to go to a house, and I was like, no, and when we were about to leave, I didn't want to leave.
She said they had a cute puppy dog.
Yeah, they did. It was called Lulu.
Jackson?
One time I was scared to go on a roller coaster, but I did it, and I got rejected.
You got rejected from the roller coaster?
No, I wasn't scared.
Oh, okay, you weren't scared. Okay. Of course, Morgan's not going to share hers, but she's been looking for this hoodie, and she's very upset that no store has it. So she feels rejected right now. But when I told her, if you search more on her handy-dandy phone that she loves to have in her hand all the time, she will find it.
And you know, unity is often called practical Christianity. That's about as practical Christianity example as I've ever seen right there.
Okay, let's bless the children. You are loved, special, and important. We behold and bless the Christ you are. And please stand for the peace song.
All right, we're going to sing the peace song, and then we're going to sing the prayer of protection, because when you sing, you pray twice.
Okay.
The kids did a better sermon than I did. My goodness, that's very humbling. There we go. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other perfect harmony. That begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Imagine now that James Dillett Freeman, the poet of unity, got together with the Reverend James Brown to sing the prayer of protection. Woo! I feel good. A 1, 2, 3, 4. The light of God surrounds us. Woo! The love of God enfolds us. Ha! The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Let's sing it again. The light of God surrounds us. Woo! The love of God enfolds us. Ha! The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Kiss myself. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Woo! Thank you, audio-visual team, Reverend Crystal, and everybody that made this weekend possible. We appreciate you.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds if we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails.